Love. I be live. All right. So, Mr. Kevin. um, you can. Okay. He'll figure that out. Yeah, I know. I know. This is all going to be very interesting. Okay. Yeah. It'll take me a minute. That's not real. I don't want to play that one. Shit, Charlie. Hello, Miss Rhonda. You're first. That's your hubby sent me a text message. Hello, Tiff. Yep, I'm live. What's up, girl? I got a lot to cover. It's gonna be as Baron would say, it's gonna be a heavy night. I got a lot to talk about. So get out your popcorn and let's see how many mistakes I can make. And it took me a while to configure this thing, and I still don't know that it's configured correctly. Oh, y'all are figuring it out. I did not set a preamble. I was really planning on going maybe at 9. Normally I go at 10. I told Kevin I might be going early. Just getting home from work. Tiff, you got plenty of time to get organized, get relaxed, get some popcorn. This is going to be a heavy night. It's not going to be a typical, haha, Ivan's funny. There's going to be some funny, but it is what it is tonight, and it's not going to be an ordinary deal. I got a little bit of delay in my ear. I got some extra screens here. I don't need you. Late now with time. Okay, we can close that. Hello, Terry Williams. Hello. Oh, y'all come on in. We're gonna find some music to start this thing off. I'm gonna put it in the background. I want to talk to y'all about last week. I want to talk to some of the things that are just riding on my shoulders. So yes, get your popcorn, and I'm assuming everyone can hear me. I believe. I hope. Miss Rhonda will probably tell me if I have a squirrel going, or maybe a beaver. Where is that song, Lance? We could start with that. I always love this one. Yeah, I like this. So this song, and I'm still not. Are cookies accepted? Ooh, are you? Oh, that kind of cookie. Rhonda, for a second, I'm thinking, are you spying on me? So, God. I have a real job now. Kinda. I've been drafted again. Not back in the dirty business. It's not like I ever was in dirty business, but back in cyber. And I don't know if I can deal with this echo in my ears. I'm gonna have to get rid of these things. This is just a little bit much. We'll see. Anyway, so I'm working kind of sorta. And I don't know if you guys can hear that air conditioning. It's the blower from my computer, and I'm kind of using some Amish air, and I'll talk about that too, I guess. I have a new camera. Probably can't tell because I can't, but you know what? I can do this, and it's not going to move because it doesn't move. I have all kinds of things to talk about. I have a whole bunch to show. Some of it's going to be good. Some of it's not. It is what it is. I'm getting things not off my chest, but give it in. I'm trying to find something to play. Can't hear. Oh shit! Here we go. What can't you hear? You can't hear me? Oh, wonderful. It should be. It says it's going out. Okay. Hold on. Everything here looks good. Oh, crap, Rama. Check. Okay, all that. No, don't do that. That's up high. That's echo. Don't want to do that. You can't hear me? Really? System. Everything says you should be. Oh, wait a minute. Let's try. I don't think that's got it. Shouldn't have it. I don't know. You can't hear me. Nobody can hear me. Don't hear nothing. Shit. I wonder why. Okay. Don't hear nothing. Why might I have to come back? Son of a bitch. I don't know. Oh. Check. Why don't you hear anything? Oh, man, it's going to be one of those. Shit. I thought I had my shit together. Nobody hears anything, huh? That's too bad. Let's mute all's on. Excellent. Well, I just give up. I don't know. I got way too much stuff going on here, and nothing wants to work. I don't know. Check. Shit. OBS. Why is OBS not doing anything? Hold on, guys. One moment, please. Output timer, output switcher, scripts. Okay, no. Audio. Check. You guys hear me? If you hear me, somebody yell. We can't hear you fine. Thank you. Yeah, I'm working on it. I am working on it. Okay. This could be it. Let's try default here. Default there. I don't know what that is. We'll try. No, not disable. Default display. Anything yet? We hear you perfect. We hear you. Yay! You guys, if you guys were messing with me, I'm gonna come on. Who is that? Kevin? All right. Your wife. I don't know. All right, but you guys can hear me. Thank you. That, I've been gone. You should say it took me forever to figure this damn thing out. OBS updated its software. That's not an excuse. I probably should have gone through all of this. Yeah, it's a beaver. All right. Let's see. It's going to be a typical Ivan show, but it's going to be interesting. Okay, so auxiliary audio, that auxiliary. We might get some echo, so let me know if you do. Who the heck is this guy? Look at James Earl Jones. You know what? First of all, I love you guys. I really do. I've got a crew, and that's the one who sent that is he knows who he is, and I should probably leave with that, but I'm not going to. Let me see what screen. Okay, so I can close this. Okay, so I'm gonna apply. Okay, all right, you guys can still hear me, right? Do, 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 do. Somebody say yes, we can still hear you, Ivan. No, maybe, yes, no. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna start running with some of the things that are bothering the hell out of me. Now let's see if I can pull this off. Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, so and that's the far screen. All right. Going to be a dense show, as Baron would say. I am going to be. I don't want to do it that way. I don't know. I wish I could make this bigger. I can. It is what it is, and that's screw. Let's go full screen. I don't care what you guys can see, what you can. I mean, I do care, but let's make sure we have audio here.
This is McDonald's French fries from the United States. It has 11 ingredients, but in the UK, there's only 4.
You guys hear her?
Optional. This one has an ingredient called dimethylpolysiloxane, an ingredient that can be preserved with formaldehyde, a neurotoxin, and just happens to be the first ingredient in silly putty. This is United States.
Yeah, I know.
Right here. It's made with high fructose corn syrup, artificial dye, yellow 6, red 40, and sodium bentonate. In the UK, they have real orange juice inside, and it's colored with carrots and pumpkin.
Okay. Could you hear her? Yes, well, we can't see her, but you can see her now, right? These are shorts. I was kind of, yes, we can see and hear her, but yeah, it's a short. I wish I could make that larger. I don't know. Because it's just short. Well, you know what? I don't have to play it to go through it. It's fine. How many are in? The count really doesn't matter. I wanted a couple more people to show up before I started going through my soliloquy, but I wanted to let y'all know. Okay, these are gonna go. The delay was killing me. I wanted you guys to know what happened last week, and some of you all know. Some of you all know where I was last week, and some of you all think I was someplace else. I had a real struggle last week. My son got married. My oldest son got married. Even I've got one of his prayers in here. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend his wedding. I was there and I saw it, and I gave a speech, and apparently it was a really good speech. But I was not able to travel, and that was unfortunate. And I know I'm starting early. Maybe I should hold this off for another 15 minutes so everybody gets here. You know what? I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to wait 15 minutes. It's getting cold. Bloody hell. I'm going to wait 15 minutes till 10 o'clock before I play this. There is one link that I do want to share with somebody. There's a lot of stuff I want to cover tonight, and some of it's going to be fun, some of it's going to be shitty, and some of it's going to be, oh, Ivan, hey, KDJ. So I will just chat up with you all. Let's get some music rolling here, shall we? I don't even know what to play. I got some Bad Beaver here. I got some Back Rooms. I got some Anchor Me Castaways. I don't know. You know, I'm in a weird mood right now because I'm not pissy, but I'm tired. I gotta watch my tongue. I'm tired of being jerked around by this country, and it's not this country, but it is this country. And yeah, it's going to be that kind of show tonight. It is, and I wish it was going to be a little bit lighter than it should be, but I got to say what I need to say, and I might be doing this on a regular basis because I think it just needs to be heard, and I'm kind of tired of it, and I will wait 10 more minutes, actually 11 more minutes before I start my entire soliloquy. So I'll chat with you all for a minute. There's nothing better than having y'all or seeing y'all here. I'm going to move you all around so I can see you closely. Who had a birthday? Tiff, how was your birthday? You had a good birthday? Lance, good to see you. Chair looks comfortable. Yeah, the chair is comfortable. It is. Same chair. Speakers all down. It looks... My office looks like shit. It does. Sorry. I'm not holding my language. I'm not. It's just that kind of deal right now. KDJ, I saw you took my time slot last week. Good for you. Bravo. Lance, I think I was unsubbed from your new account because I don't see anything there. Mad Max, what's happening, Chris? You might want to hang around too because... I got some stuff I just want to talk about. It's nothing really bad for y'all. It was bad for me. It is what it is. Life goes on. But I do want to talk about it. And some of it has to do with my lifestyle and some of the things that I've been shoving down my pie hole, as I've heard people say. Your birthday was good, Tiff. That's awesome. I bet you I'm probably the oldest one here. What's happening, Kevin? You changed your handle, brother. It just totally threw me off. And I'm looking at this, Kevin McD. I'm like, who the hell is that? And I see you on Roger's stream, right? But it's like, yeah, is that McDonald? That doesn't look right. It just, anyway, when you get old, you want things to remain. Look, I can do this now, and the camera is not going to do anything. This is a kind of a cool camera. I just got this yesterday. I got a paycheck yesterday for the first time in a very long time. It was nice. I've been working really hard to bring a company into the new age, and that's what I got a paycheck for. And I'm still working hard at that, and I'll be doing a lot of that. I was extremely tired this morning. I worked all night last night. It's impossible. What's happening, girl? Howdy, howdy, howdy. Look at everybody's rolling in. I'm glad I did wait. What I have to say is more about me and the crap that I've gone through and the realization of I was literally killing myself. And I had to knock it off. And I know there's a couple of people on here that know what the hell I'm talking about, Kevin. But I'll wait another 8 minutes. I want to wait till the top of the hour. I've had to do some lifestyle changes. And camera looks great. Thank you. It is it's been up for all of maybe an hour. The new OBS software, that's crazy. I had to reconfigure some of that. I can change it so it's hard for them to clone. I don't know what that I don't know what that means. I have to get a new piece of software so it just speaks this stuff. Kevin's account got cloned by a troll. Whoa, no show. Oh, really? Oh, we need to go do some work. Oh, we need to do some. Oh, man. Oh, that just got my horns up. You don't know. You don't do that to my brother. I don't know when that happened. I know I chatted with Kevin earlier today. He sent me a text earlier. And I didn't respond because I was trying to, I don't have any gel in my hair. Shit. Ivan, you put gel in here? Yeah, I put gel in my hair. I didn't respond to a text because I was too busy getting all this damn thing up, and apparently I didn't get it all up in time. Probably should have gave my computer some, I was about to say some Adderall, but that's not what the word I was looking for, some whatever anyway, I'll get to it. We still have time. 7 minutes. Looking good, Ivan. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It looks a little green on my side, but that's okay. I didn't change my lighting. I probably should have. And this one's going to go out because it's on a USB timer. But the camera is new. This is an Elgato something. I don't know. It was expensive as all. For me, it was expensive. But, I got a nice check. And my youngest son, he's employed. My whole family was at the wedding. So he got his first paycheck today, which was awesome. I got my first paycheck. I got my first paycheck Friday, and that was kind of cool. It really was. And that's why I worked all night. No, I got it. Today's Friday. I got it Thursday. That's why I worked all night last night. I literally went to bed, I think about 6 o'clock last night. I started work probably, and when I say work, I'm writing programs, I'm coding, I'm writing a huge website for this company. And I do a lot of technical things for them and a lot of security procedures and all kinds of things. And as soon as somebody said that Kevin got his site compromised, it's like, and I know that, I guess, Chris, it's okay for me to say this, but Chris and Allie have been experiencing some things. I'm going to add an addition onto my personal website, which is my company's website. It's called No Bull Cybersecurity. I'm not doing this as a promo. Everything I put out there will be free. At one point, somebody said, well, charge for it. No, I give a F. You know what? I sold security forever. It shouldn't be a mystery. And the things that are happening now to podcasters and to great people like Kevin and Allie and Chris, I don't know if you were involved with that, whatever, but it shouldn't be. And I've got a lot of data on how to prevent that, how to recover things of that nature. Things like that. Kevin said he wanted to chat with me, and I just didn't have time. Rhonda, tell him I'm so sorry. I apologize. I probably should have focused in on that right away. He has been just near and dear to me. He's been kicking my ass to do my exercises and to get my butt in gear. I got 4 more minutes, y'all, and I'm just going to spew it all out, and you'll know what happened or what's going on. I know we're missing one, and that is Lise, and I don't know where she is, but I actually sent her an email chatting up about some of the things that, out of all the days to be an ass, my birthday. Oh, wait a minute. Who's being an ass? Somebody being an ass to you? He's here. Okay. Yeah, I know he's watching. I know. Kev, I'm sorry, brother. I don't know who got you. We'll find out. Oh, there's my girl. There's a big dog in the house, y'all. Big dog's in the house. Miss Allie Top Files, the one and only. Thank you, Allie. Good to see you. Wow, I just got chills. It's like I know Roger drops in every now and then. So if this is, I can sing happy birthday to you if you'd like. My wife thinks I have a good voice, but I don't think she can carry a tune to save her life. My hair looks awful. James Earl Jones, whatever. Got my allegedly shirt on, y'all. If you notice one thing that my son went, oh no, come on now. God bless. I hope he's back, first of all, from being missing. And that's tough, man. You know what? Life is just all right, Kevin, I see that you've got it's all good, brother. Ivan. Completely understand. No, it's not. It's not. I always like to take care of the people that take care of me. I'm getting emotional already. Fuck. Sunday. Oh man. Oh, you guys are just starting. We gotta go. It's gonna be a rough show already. I can tell. I'm glad you all, first of all, can chat up amongst one another. On my little ass podcast. I don't care if you click anything. It is what it is, and it'll grow when it grows. This is totally on me. And when I start making more content, like I said I was going to do on my last show, my last podcast, that will happen. But I want to thank y'all for being here, and I'm ready to go. I got 2 minutes, and I will hold to my time. I will. You know what? I can put this in the background. I haven't seen him yet, but he's alive. That's a good thing. I've experienced that, Tiff, with my youngest, who is upstairs right now, and he's 30 years old. He's happy now, but we have gone through a lot of things together, and recently we had a knockdown, drag out shouting match, and my wife tried to come into my office and get in it, and it's like, no, and we literally kicked her. I kicked her out. And then at the end, you know, we got level, but it took us a long time to get there. It did. And now he's just as happy as a pig in shit. Y'all, I'm not holding my tongue tonight. I'm just not. 15 in the audience. Thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate that. I know I should be looking at my brand new camera, but I'm not. I'm focusing really on the chat. To me, y'all are more important. Yes, absolutely. Hugs, Tiff. You know, stuff like that is just so hard. It really is. It's even, I'm just thinking about even the way I grew up, and I'm blessed. I was fortunate, but we all have, you know, portions in our lives that just totally suck, one way or the other. I'm a new follower. Well, welcome on in. You picked a hell of a day to join, but glad to have you here. And, man, come on and subscribe. I'm at least trying to get to 700. I heard about you from RD on the scene. Thank you. I love Roger. I've been with Roger for, I don't know, a couple of years now. He's just a great guy. I'm obsessed with this chair. Do you have any? Oh, the speakers. Yeah. I'll talk about all. Which one's down? I'll talk about the chair eventually too. Almost a year ago, I got hit by lightning. I know Allie knows some of the story, and I had to start all over again. My entire system, my entire network, everything was destroyed. We lost a refrigerator. It's 10 o'clock, y'all. We lost a refrigerator. I lost routers, switches, firewalls, all kinds of stuff. And we started all over. First of all, Tiff, hang in there. I believe in the power of prayer. Kevin knows that. I will be praying for you. And absolutely, everybody say hello to Rachel, and welcome her in. Any friend of RD's, or if you follow RD, Roger, and Roger has a tendency to be here, but he likes to sit in the background because he watches on TV, and that's cool. That's why, if you click it, whatever. Little secret. Click like or thumbs up or thumbs down. It doesn't matter. Did you know that? It just doesn't freaking matter, because it just shows interactive. And YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, decided to, well, that doesn't matter anymore. And now it's all about the comments. Well, F. You know what, YouTube? You can suck it, okay? It's just the way I feel right now. Look, guys, you're going to have to pardon me if you see the boo-hoos. If you don't know, Ivan can be emotional at times. I'm real. I don't, Lance, I'm thinking about you in the chair. I'm sitting on the edge of my chair. That's probably why you'll see it. And the chair is just an Amazon. I put the speakers up there. I'll go through that whole story. Yes, welcome in. Thanks for having, you're here, man. Thanks for, I'm sorry, young lady. Thanks for being here. Anybody can be here. It's this, whatever you want to call it. There's my girl Melissa's here. Proud of you, young lady. Your intros are killer. You'll have to work them. Anyway, what you see from me is real. It's just, there's no bullshit. I don't cover up shit, and I am who I am. And if you see me choke up, you don't like it, leave. I don't care. I do care, but I don't care. That's just Ivan. And I get emotional over people and circumstances, and I care. So with that being said, your wonderful host here has not been really taking very good care of himself. I shrug off meds because I think it's part of the system. And let me say this. I have 4 kids. My youngest is 30. My oldest is, I think, 34, 35. He just turned 35 on the 20th. He got married this past weekend. He is currently in Bali with his beautiful bride. I unfortunately was not able to be at the wedding in person. As much as I wanted to, I could not travel. My body wouldn't let me travel. My heart wouldn't let me even walk a half of a block without just sucking air. I have a really good friend of mine who's been kicking my ass and making me get in the pool almost every day. And I know that sounds a little bourgeois. Yes, I have a pool. It's Texas. It's almost mandatory to have a pool here. It was, I think, like 104 here today. Today's the only day this week I haven't been in the pool. I'm not. I don't like getting in at night. But because of that, because I wasn't able to go, and I was there, my son is like me. He's very much like me. Yeah, don't start with the boo-hooing. And this is not for, oh, sorry, Ivan. No, this is Ivan's fault. This is Ivan's fault for eating ice cream at 1 o'clock in the morning because I can order DoorDash. Okay. And I've literally, killing myself. I've got, if you ever notice on Roger's stream, every now and then you'll see some messages that the capitalizations are off. Half of my hand is like totally numb. Half of this hand is numb. This one's going. I've got issues with my feet. Circulation is a thing. I don't want to go into all the crap. I don't. But I just wasn't able to be there. However, I was able to be there, and I gave, from what I was told, a great speech. Now, obviously, if you know anything about me, give me a microphone and just move. As I love to talk, okay? And I like being on stage. I also love ice cream, but that was part of my problem. I'm carrying way too much weight. I wasn't taking my medication as I was supposed to. I wasn't paying attention to my blood sugar. I wasn't paying attention to my blood pressure and all those other wonderful things, and sticking myself with a needle. And I don't have diabetes, but I'm right there, right? And it's a thing that, and I know a lot of you all are fit and trim, and there's a lot of us that can be on different edges, and we all have our own struggles. But this was my struggle. I caused this in myself, and I should have been paying attention because I had the capabilities of preventing everything that I just went through. And God will put things in front of your way and smack you on your head in the moment when you don't realize you're being smacked in the head. And I was. When I realized that I couldn't go to watch my son get married, that it killed me. It did. And it was hard. It was really, really hard. Dan, did I cry? Yeah, I freaking boo-hooed. It was really bad. I'm gonna need something to wipe my nose with. I'm gonna do my best not to boo-hoo here, not in front of you guys. But I also didn't want to go on because I wasn't in the right mental state to go on. Now, with all that being said, I think a lot of this is a trap for us. I think the food that we are being fed or given is a bunch of bullshit. It's not food. And the first short that I had, I was kind of wondering, what am I going to put up? I always want to know, well, what am I going to talk about, right? Podcasting is an interesting thing, and there's so much out there, right? Because we got Charlie Kirk going on, and all that bullshit. And I'm going to preface this real early on because I don't want to insult anybody. I grew up probably privileged, but I'm dyslexic, man, and I had a struggle my entire life. I'm an only child, and my mom made sure I had the best education I could possibly get, and they didn't really understand it at the time what it was, and to a small degree they did. And I went to a lot of private schools and I had a lot of tutors, and that's probably why my English is the way it is today. I'm not from the ghetto. But with that, the point that I'm trying to make is, when the first video that I started playing is a young lady talking about how our food here, even our fast food, especially our fast food, is crap. It's total crap. Some of the things that we ingest or digest, it's just the worst thing in the world. And here we have a president who hired this guy, a Kennedy, all that, who sounds like a frog, but he's supposed to make America healthy again. Well, I call bullshit, okay? Because one of the worst things in the world is high fructose corn syrup. Beyond that, sugar. And it can go on. I constantly have to exercise his hand because these fingers are not there. They don't exist. Now I can feel them, but you want to talk about what numb feels like or what it's like to walk from one side of my house to the other. Yeah. Okay, Rhonda, I hear you. And then we started looking at all of the things that we buy. So Rhonda just put up on the chat, I don't eat fast food anymore. Right. Bravo. I try not to. Well, I don't now. And whoever told me not to, I don't drink soda. I don't drink. Dude. At the end of the day, I'm on a regiment now. I'm taking my meds on purpose. So I was about to talk about my kids. I'll just make that real short. One of my kids is a doctor. She kicked my ass. Okay, she had to come to the house first. She's a doctor in Galveston, Texas. It's like 4 hours from here. And when she got to the house, my wife had already gone. I had already dropped her off at the airport, and she was on her way. My son got married in Washington State. Beautiful location, absolutely gorgeous. She's not from there, and he's not from there, obviously, but it was a great location. Long story short, my doctor daughter, as I call her, kicked my ass, and she leveled it. And I raised this kid since she was, I think Kimberly was like 2. Okay. My wife and I are both widowers. We met each other through a widow website, and we're the Brady Bunch with a twist. And if you've ever seen, I know some of y'all have seen my kids or my wife, and but she's a blonde lady, and my daughters don't look anything like me, and my sons don't look anything like her. But these are our kids because they don't know anybody else, right? So all of our kids were very, very small when we got married, and we've been married now for 26 years. But I digress. She laid it out for me all the way and told me what I was doing, told me what was wrong. And when you have a little kid, okay, she's not a little kid, she's brilliant. And she doesn't look like me until she opens up her mouth, and God, does Ivan come out. Oh my gosh. And she schooled me. And I've got more shit, blood pressure cuff and prick your finger, blood all over the place, and heart monitor, oxygen thing, and yeah, Rhonda, you know what? A good ass kicking is good. But when your kid does it, that you've raised all your life, Brady Bunch with a twist, that's what it is. I've always said that. But when your kid does it, it's a big deal. And it was a big deal for me. And the fact that I couldn't go, and that was a kicker that I think the good Lord put in my way. I could not go. I could not pack my bag without sucking air. And it was just a wake up that I needed, and it was sad, and it still is. Don't you start. And I'm not going to go through the whole story, but that's what happened last weekend, and I couldn't go on. And I'm glad I was watching. I watched a lot, and I got to have my speech, and God knows I love to talk, and I wrote out the speech. It was like 4 pages long. And it turned out very well. I got a lot of compliments on it, but the fact I wasn't there to see it. It still broke my heart, and I still can't fly, but you best believe my ass is in the freaking pool exercising every single day. Okay. And mostly because of that man right there. Okay. He pushes me a lot. Is what it is, right, Kevin? And I pray for him a lot. And everybody understood, and they all got it. I'm not on like a crash diet. I'm on a wellness kick not to eat crap. Now, Rhonda, what I was going to say to you, yeah, fast food suck, but look at what you're eating, like, even on regular food. My wife would buy just like frozen food, but like a piece of turkey that had, I don't know, like it was somewhat seasoned, but she didn't think it was bad. We started reading the labels and what the ingredients were. Yeah, the first ingredient, and if you don't know, when you read ingredients, it by volume, it tells you what's in that package. And we were going through, yeah, it says turkey, and then it has, I don't know, maybe salt. Well, salt's a killer, okay? It just is. And we all need a certain amount of it, but there's different ways to get salt, and everything has salt in it. But this salt that they're feeding us now is shit. Okay, the way we're getting food and what's being given to us and what we think is really good, make sure you read it, because I think they're trying to kill us. I really do. And when I say them, I'm going to get into them tonight. I really am. I started to say that I grew up around a lot of Jewish people, okay? And I don't want to ever call out a particular religion, but I'm going to call out a country tonight, and I'm going to show you a lot of videos that I selected. I'm going to show you some things about, sorry guys, my nose is running. It's probably because I was boohooing. And if you guys don't want to be here, you don't have to hang, and I'm going to play some music eventually, but I got a lot of videos to play, and I want to go into our president. I'm going to go into Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to go into some technology. I'm going to do some cyber. I'm going to hit everything, but this is not going to be a ha-ha show like I normally have. It's just not going to be. And so my accountability, like Lance just said, is on me. And my wife says, well, did you open up your spreadsheet? Did you create a spreadsheet? Here's what I don't want to happen. I don't want to be a number. I don't want to be a statistic on a government ledger. I'm probably saying that word wrong. That, somebody, well, and sorry if I'm breaking this down in a color spectrum, but it is where I'm where I'm supposed to be is two places, and a lot of people have heard me say this before: either dead or in jail. That's where this government wants me to be. I should not have. And I'm not saying I've risen to any level or whatever and gotten an education. I was blessed to have what I have, right? And to receive the education that I've had, and to go and attend the schooling that I did and the colleges that I did, and to be able to succeed in what made me who I am today, right? The technologies that I know, to be able to see traffic flowing on a network. I know most people can't do that. Some of us can. I'm a nerd at heart, but I can see ones and zeros traversing the internet. I can, I hate to say this, but I can break into networks. I train myself to do that. That's where I made my, not fortune, but I made my reputation. I got the, then don't y'all start repeating this nickname, but I got the nickname the Black Russian from a Russian. I've told this story before. So it's all going to become full circle. So I'm going to end the fat portion right now. I'm on, not a strict diet, but I'm on a very careful diet. Minimal salt, minimal sugar, or no sugar at all. I cut out all freaking soda. Good. You know what that's like? I do things that I would never think I would do. I'm drinking a glass of warm water and lemon in the mornings. I am paying attention to my arteries. I haven't had a heart attack. I haven't had anything bad. But when you lose sensation in your fingers and you feel that in your feet, and when you can't walk, and yeah, I have, my knees are just shot. I was captain of my ski team in college, and then carrying an extra 100 pounds does not help at all, right? But I could play it off. Well, I can't play this shit off anymore. Ozempic, yeah, okay, but that was a yo-yo thing for me. And now I'm on this, what is this other thing called? Lipitor, whatever it is. And supposedly that's going to work. And I've got not as many doctors as some other ones, but I've got, right now I'm rocking 3, maybe 4. And what I realize is that it doesn't matter how heavy you are or how much you're carrying. We all can have this. One of the doctors that I have right now, he's 67, and he had blocked arteries and had a heart attack. I've never had a heart attack, and I don't know where my arteries are right now, but the amount of vitamins that we're supposed to be consuming and how we consume them and all this other shit. I stopped drinking a long time ago. I walk that freaking line every day, and it's like, it was a lot nicer when I didn't have to do this. Yeah, but I do want to see my grandchild. My first one is due in December, right? And I know my son and his wife, that they're going to have a gaggle of kids. They are, because that's how they are. They're both, and he's going to say the prayer tonight at the closing. But that's just how they are and who they are. And I'm very proud of my kids. Anyway, my thought is that I'm looking around and I'm watching, what the government is doing to us, right? And we're being put in a bubble, and I see that we're fighting a war that we never wanted to fight. Trump is doing shit that we never really wanted him to do, and I've known Trump. Excuse me, I'm a New Yorker. He's an asshole, and I've known that. And I've lost a lot of friends because I've known that, and it's not his fault. It's the Democrats' fault, and I'll tell you why. Because because they ran that. Oh, I hate to use the B word, but they ran that woman who's only going to vote. They voted for her, but she wasn't going to win. Yeah, Hillary couldn't win. You think they're going to put a black Indian in there? No. And I'm just speaking from my heart, and you guys can have your own thoughts on this, right? So yeah, that was a walk in the park for Trump, and the whole shooting thing with the ear and bullshit. Okay, just total bullshit. And there are people that I like a lot that still believe that happened. It didn't. It's just as fake as 9/11. It's fake as the moon landing. Okay, it's just one day he forgot what ear it was. Come on now. If you look at him today, look at the ear. See if you can see any marks. One mark. Just show it to me. All right? I can show you in this hand. I got a piece of pencil lead in that hand from 3rd grade. Some kid shoved the pencil in the web of my fingers. I can still see the pencil lead. It's there. It was never removed. It didn't do anything. It's just graphite, but it's still there. Trump's got no mark on his ear at all. But that's how he got his election. And now we kowtow, we bow, we bend the knee, and mark those words down because you're going to hear it tonight. I'm going to play a lot of other podcasters. I'm going to play some James Lee, if you hadn't heard him. I'm going to play some thoughts about Jared Kushner. I'm going to play some thoughts about just what's going on, and it's gotten to the point where I'm done. I don't necessarily know what to do, and I made a comment on one of his pages, and a lot of people replied to it, and I replied back. And I was tired of it, and I don't know what to do about it. I have a vote. I'm not going to go out there with a gun and start, killing people, but that's not my deal. And I'm not I'm so upset. No, I'm in a very happy place. I want to live a lot longer. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And Kevin, that link I told you about, I got that too. My bottom line is that I think we all need to start paying more attention. I know Ian Carroll has developed this app to track food and to whom that food is associated with. The bottom line is even the stuff that we think is good food, it's not. I challenge you all to start reading labels, because when you start seeing high fructose corn syrup in anything, or some of these little special code words that they use, they're literally trying to kill us. And when you look at what my wife is from Belgium, when you look at what Europeans are eating in comparison, and that's what that first video had, it was a short, and I hate shorts, but it's and our McDonald's here has food in it that is literally formaldehyde. It's what, it's what we put in dead people to make them look like they're okay, or not okay, but, so they don't look gray at their funeral. It's so sad what the government is allowing them to do. And make America healthy again? Bullshit. It's just all bullshit. It's all fake and gay. How do we change it? I don't know. But it all culminated, if that's a word, just to a point that I just got done. When I couldn't see my oldest, my baby, and I said that to him, I can't see my baby get married. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No way in hell. I'm tired of it. So now I got to read everything. And today I didn't have my first meal. I didn't have my first meal until 4:30. I don't even think I took my meds yet today, and I will. But the bottom line is, it's made for it to taste better and all that, but you got to look at what it does. And then what are you getting out of that food? Today I had a piece of salmon, I had vegetables, and I had a little bit of starch. You have to know what you're putting in, and then it's also what are the sauces that they're using. You know, what else is what preservatives are being put in there? The frozen portion of it. What makes that hamburger look good? You know, and there's so many examples out on the internet about a hamburger being put into a jar and watching the chemicals grow around it. I saw one guy do that, and I probably should have snagged that video too. But I'm so tired of being gaslit, and I really never knew what that word meant. I know what it means now. It's just being bullshitted to, and I'm done with it. I just am. And the fact that I've got to read everything, and I track everything, and the blood pressure thing. And here's the other thing. They want all of your data. They want, when you wear that Apple Watch and how many steps you took and this, that, and the other, they're collecting that shit. I don't want to be a statistic for them. Their statistic from Ivan is dead or in jail. Well, I'm so hard trying hard not to say fuck you. Okay, but no, that's not where I am. I am educated. I am aware. I read. I know how to do things above and beyond the average bear because I pushed myself to do this. I raised kids that didn't look a thing like me because I knew that was the right thing to do. I have other kids that I've adopted because they don't have a father figure or a parent that they needed to have. And I still chat with them on a regular basis, even grown adults that I've crossed in my life that I think, you know, that might need just a chat every now and then. Maybe they're helping me by chatting with me. I don't know. But you've got to do that. And the one thing in my podcast I've always wanted to relate is that the way we're supposed to be is never a fight against each other. We're supposed to be a helping, it's in one of my songs, a helping hand to everybody. Okay, it doesn't matter who the hell we are or you are or who but I'll be damned if somebody tells me bow down to me because I'm better than you. Sorry, guys. I was always raised not to curse. I'm a son of a sailor, and it's so easy for me just to drop the F-bomb and just say fuck you because I'm not going to bow down. I'm not lesser than. Nobody is lesser than. I don't care if you're living in your car or if you're on the street. I don't care if whatever drugs you have coursing through your veins. You're not lesser than. You just took a wrong turn, and anybody can be helped. And even if I can't help you, I watch Roger give bottles of water, you know. Sorry. You know, when you have homeless people and that are on the street and Roger just gives you, hey, you know, how many times have you guys heard if you watch Roger, hey, do you want a cold bottle of water? What the fuck? What are we doing with one another? Seriously, you know, they don't belong here. Build the wall, build the wall. It's not building a wall. We're not helping anybody. Okay, we're not. You know what we're doing? We're encapsulating ourselves. We're telling ourselves we're better than the rest of them. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want to be invaded like Spain got invaded by, that was Africa, and it was actually Morocco, and I don't understand all that, and they blame that on Israel, and I don't understand that either. And I got a lot of friends that are Jewish, and I just don't get what the hell is going on in Israel. I don't. But I don't get how the hell they got this far in this country. Does money mean that much? I guess it does. I don't know. I don't have that much. And when I do, maybe I'm stupid, but I want to make sure that people that don't have get a little bit more, maybe just get some of it, right? It's just, I wrote that in the song, just a helping hand. You know, it's just whatever it is, but sometimes we have to do that. Sorry, guys, my nose is running like a brick. I don't know, bricks don't run, but so I told you it wasn't gonna be a light show. It's not. It just culminated to me. It got there when I couldn't be where I wanted to be because I wasn't taking care of myself, and then I started looking, why not? And then I have so many people that are trying to take care of me that don't know shit about me, right? I mean, maybe they do, you know, but they don't have to do what they're doing, Kevin. You know, they just don't, and they do anyway. That's what we as humans are about. And I'm not going to preach here. I'm just not. I'm just not. I refuse to. But to watch the elite just suck it up and just lie to us on a regular basis because they think they are better than us, I won't put up with that shit anymore. The only thing that I know that I can do, thank you, Melissa. The only thing I know I can do is I can vote, I can educate, and I can take this little freaking microphone and not yell, but just say what I can say and do whatever I can do to educate and further that along. That's what I feel in my soul. I don't want to be in politics. I've retired twice so far, and I'm working again, and I don't mind. I love it. I love technology, but we should be all working together, and not having a camera monitor every freaking move of ours, not having a watch report back to a network that's owned by some Jewish, I'm sorry, but it is, Larry Ellison, he claims it, and a company that's just tracking everything like they do in freaking China. Right now, I get podcasts that show me how great China is from black guys who are rebuilding cars and all kinds. It's like, wait a minute. If you don't recognize this, and I don't think a lot of people do, I don't think a lot of people really see it for what it is, and I've heard it so many times before. They want to reduce the population so they can keep us in control. COVID was an example of that. I think there's so many examples. Maybe 9/11 was an example of this. I don't know. What do you got, Kevin? Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to preach. I don't. I'm letting you know how I feel. I understand that usually I have something funny or act a fool. I told you this one's going to be a little different. It's kind of how I feel. And it all hit me because I wasn't able to get on a plane and go watch my baby get married. It hurt. And that was my fault. But it was also what the government has shoved up in front of me. There you go, Lance. Their agenda, and I don't know all about the Agenda 2030, but I do know that they're shoving shit down our throat. And I know more about the technology that they're putting in place. I'm far from an expert in a lot of things, but technology-wise, I can tell you about that data center, who's building it, and where the twin is of that data center that's underneath the ballroom, okay? And the Accord, I don't know too much about what was just signed, but effectively, if we have autonomous robots, and I want to show you one tonight, that scares the shit out of me. And I don't know how we can do it because my screens are so damn big, and I'll figure it out. But I pulled a lot of things from shorts, a lot. All right, I'm going to get off of this soapbox. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is give your son a private live stream. He doesn't need a private live stream. My son's got a bigger YouTube channel than I do. I didn't even know it. And he's good. He understands his old man. My son upstairs understands it. I'm so proud of him. He developed his level of independence because of this. He had to get on a, yeah, I know it sounds sad, 30 years old, but he had to get on a plane by himself and do a lot of things himself independently. And it was meant for me not to attend this thing, which is sad, because what it did, it brought me to a different place. It brought him to a different place. All of my children and all the people that are around me, and I don't just mean you guys, but I mean family-wise, even my extended family, it brought us all to a different place, and especially me. When I get in the freaking pool and I'm running laps in my pool, and it's a little freaking pool. This is not, I don't have the life of luxury. I'm blessed to be here, yes. Yes, it's 104 degrees outside. If you don't have it's a bathtub, okay? So don't think it's like, ooh, it's not. Yes, it's very nice to have, and I'm blessed to have a very nice car that's 16 years old, and I won't buy a new car because even those are tracking you. Everywhere you go, you're being tracked. your Apple Watch, your phone, your everything you have is monitoring what you do. Okay, and some of the technology we're going to go in tonight does the same thing. Look, I've got a 16-minute video, and maybe I won't play the whole thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll just have you guys go look at it. But it is James Lee, and if you don't know who he is, he's a really good YouTube investigator, and his channel goes deep into a lot of different things. Yes, he does Charlie Kirk, and God knows, sometimes I wonder, okay, we're investigating Charlie Kirk. There's a lot of people doing that. We all know who killed him. I don't know why we don't know that. Do 100 laps a day. Rhonda, chill out, baby. chill out. I got 25 in yesterday, and I'm like, okay, that's good. If I can do 100 laps a day, and I hear you, and I will, God knows I will, because as soon as you said it, that means not that I have to do it, but I want to do it, because I don't want to live like this anymore. I really don't. I want to go on for my kids, but I don't want my grandkids to see a shitty world like this. It's just awful. And before I got on today, I watched a song, Wake Up America. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, I wrote that. But it wasn't. It was Legos doing Wake Up America. And man, did it touch home, because there are so many countries out there that want us to lead the way past this shit that we're going through right now. And they're already seeing all these things. There she is. Lisa. I tried to wait for you. But you got an email from me, so you knew the story. You're the only one. You and a few others knew the story. But I'm on the road to recovery. I'm on the road to self-help, self-reliance, focus, and determination. And that's part of my gimme. It really is. So what I wanted to show now, and I don't know how I can do this without playing the whole thing. And I don't want to play the whole thing, but because there's so many, I've got like 20 different cuts that I pulled out for tonight. And I don't want to drag everybody down. And I have music. I've got music for days, but this hit home in so many different ways. It just did. And I'm tired of them rising above. I really am. And I'm not a socialist by any means. I'm a conservative by every stretch of the imagination. I don't want to give my money away unless I want to give it away. F the government, man. I can't stand it, but I'm not going to have a revolution. Revolution? That's when you spin around. You know what I mean. It's just not what I do. Beaver link. The whole beaver thing has gotten way out of hand. And Lise, that's all your fault. And bravo on you. I don't know that I'm going to play this. I don't know what to do here. I really don't. I'm glad you guys stuck around to hear my soliloquy of what I did to myself and how I'm working it out. Now I got to do 100 laps in the pool. Well, it won't be tonight, that's for damn sure. Is Outlaw in here? Somebody just said, hey, Outlaw. Outlaw, we need to touch. Okay, yeah, there you are. Guys, if you want to reach out to me, my email address, and I've got a lot of them, but I can always reach at ivan624@gmail.com. I will put it on my deal. I know that Kevin was trying to get a hold of you, Outlaw. I don't know who did what. I've started a Beaver channel. There's so much there. I'm not going to touch that one, Lisa. Not with Jared Kushner's dick. I'm just not. Sorry, guys. I'm in a mood. I am. Or Outlaw, if you get a hold of Kevin, but there's a small community here, and we come together here, but sometimes it's very hard to reach one another. I reached out to Lisa because she has her email address on her website, on her YouTube channel. My base email I don't give out that often. A few of y'all know it. Lisa, you know it. At least you know it. Don't give it out. But the 624, Ivan624 at gmail.com, feel free. Keep in mind, here's a little cyber. Anything you put out in Gmail doesn't belong to you. It belongs to freaking Google, just like this does. Why? Because it's free. And you give it away, you're the product. If you don't pay for it, you're the product. And do they read it? No, but AI does. Okay? AI is reading it. No telling who else is reading it, but that's for damn sure. So if you think you got email, I know Allie uses Proton. I believe in Proton. I do. It's a secure email. They've got all kinds of, I'm not backed by anybody, but I'm a 30-year veteran of cybersecurity. Some of the things that I've seen and some of the things, I always pause when I start talking about that. You have no idea. And this whole bit with Mossad, I'm done. I want to show, there's another video I really want to show first. Where's my cursor? Lance, you and I talked about, I've got all of these are already open. You should see the screen I have over here. Here, I got some stuff in cyber. I want to hit everything today. You're up here twice. Yeah, you can go away. I'm so sick of Trump. I just am. He sold us out. He 110% sold us out. And it's sad that he did. It really is. It really is. Okay. What are you guys looking at? Let's see here. Hopefully the next time I do this, you guys will be speaking. I can hear this now. Everybody's chatting away and it'll be loud. And it's like, what the fuck? Then everybody's talking. All right. So first and foremost, the whole thing with James Lee, I'll tell you what, I think this is 18 minutes. I really don't want to play 18 minutes of it. So here's what I want to suggest you do. And you don't have to. If you're not that deep into these things, that's fine. Straight up, he just called out a Mossad agent within our president's family. Go do some research. I always tell y'all, be like Allie. Go do some research. Yes, God knows we all love Charlie and we all miss him. But you know what? I believe he's passed. And I don't think we'll ever find who did it, but I know who did it. And it's a little sliver in the Middle East who did it. And they will never claim it. And they will point to some little dumb kid who got caught up somewhere on Discord. Okay. And Discord is the devil. And you got a Discord account right on? No, because that's where they're brainwashing. They are. And there's a whole bunch. There's just so much shit out there. It's just ridiculous. And we had Epstein before we had the internet. You don't need an Epstein now. James Lee thinks, well, there's your next Epstein. I'm pointing at, maybe I should point, this way. Not her, but him. Okay, because they're buying islands and they're getting ready for whatever they think is coming. I got a drone for you, Misfit. You'll see that. Oh my God. And it's sad. I love Candace. And I wasn't always a Candace fan. I wasn't always a Charlie Kirk fan. But Charlie Kirk stood up for something. And I didn't really understand it, but I get it now. I'm 110% in now. I get it now. Here's what I'm going to tell you. If you have the time, this is a relatively new video from James Lee. I'm not going to play it. It's long. I think 18 minutes. To put you all through 18 minutes of this is like putting you all through 18 minutes of a song that I haven't finished yet, or a song that's just a piece of crap. It's just not worth it. But it's good data. It shows you how Mossad has just integrated itself into our first family. It shows you how, sorry, I'm going to call them out. Well, I'll call them Zionists, have just given money to the Trump family. Trump went from being a millionaire to a billionaire inside of the presidency. Inside of the fucking presidency. Sink on it. Smell that. Anybody here a billionaire? Anybody? If you are, share. Share. A billionaire. Every time you see him, I see Bibi Netanyahu, freaking Jared, or the little whoever Ivanka is married to. They shared the same bed together. Listen to this report. Bibi used to come over his house and do a sleepover. Yeah, be smart, be safe. You know what, Kevin? I'm 66 years old. I'm lucky to be here. I really am. Again, I should either be in jail or dead. That's where they want to put me. That's where my demographic says I should be. Well, F that. I've got so many more that I want to play. So I won't play this one for you. I won't. I wish I could make this one larger for you, but you're going to have to struggle through it, and you're going to have to see all the people that I look at over here, Aging Wheels and all these other things. But if you can just watch it, now there's a couple of different versions of this out here. These are shorts. I don't like shorts. I don't. I like long content. It's my gimme. It just is. But this kind of rocked me a little bit. I'm going to set it back.
Your kids probably have one of these, right?
That's a drone.
Hell of a pilot? No. That skill is all AI. It's flying itself. Its processor can react 100 times faster than a human. The stochastic motion is an anti-sniper feature.
Look at the size of it.
Just like any mobile device.
Oh, you can't hear what he's saying, can you? Why not?
And just like your phones and social media.
Why is that not coming across?
Facial recognition.
Shit.
Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosives.
All right. I just realized you guys couldn't hear that. It's not moving. I don't know why. I got so many freaking devices here. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Media. Unclick that. Unclick that. This is what happens when you have too much technology. What's playing? Oh, that's just a website browser. That should be playing. I don't know why it's not. Oh, you were hearing it? Okay. I'll let it go. But I will. We can hear the volume's very low. Yeah, that's because it's coming across my microphone. Why it's not? Oh, I know why. Oh, I can't fix it on the fly. But effectively, what he's got in his hand is an AI drone. I'm going to play the whole video because you have just seen the beginning of it. And I'll turn it up here in my office, my studio, at Mad World Studios. Thank you, Kevin. It was a great name. Matter of fact, I've got that logo now, too. And I own that site on YouTube. But this is a drone that fits in the palm of your hand. And I want you to see what he's about to do. That is controlled by AI. Okay? Now, let me just finish playing it. Hopefully you guys can... Well, you can't... If you can't hear it, I'll talk about it.
How it works.
Watch.
Your kids probably have one of these, right?
Okay. If you didn't catch that, what that drone just did, it just flew into a human's head and killed him. Okay? It flew into a human's head and killed him. And since I'm not getting sound, that's going to suck because I got all these videos that are worthless now. But think about that. Lance and I have been talking. The audio is good. No, it's not playing off of the right thing, though, Chris. It's playing over my microphone. But y'all will have to suffer through it. I can hear here. I can hear here. But this is some of the tech. This was from 2000. This was from last year, 2025. This is what they're showing us. This is what we know of. What don't we know of? Think about that. I already know that they have weapons that they could, just shoot at you that You know, it's just sound waves that just make you feel miserable inside. I used to work for a company called MCI. It's a microwave Communications Incorporated. A microwave will cook you from the inside out. Not like the microwave you have on very similar to the microwave you have in your stove or in your kitchen. But this was for communications. There was a guy back in the day, he used to work in a terminal, telecommunications, pretend you're a nerd. And he would get cold because it's cold in the terminal to keep all the computer equipment cold. And he would sit in front of the microwave horn and cook himself every day. But he didn't realize what was happening. One day he fell asleep in front of it, on a chair in front of it. They found him dead, cooked. Okay? They have the technology to do this now. This little handheld drone can kill a person on its own. Pure AI. Yes, allegedly. Allegedly. Kevin, I love you so much. Ron, I get why you married that man. If I was gay, I'd think about it. No, that's a joke. I wouldn't think about it. I am damn sure not gay with 4 kids. But I guess you could be. Anyway, and there's nothing wrong with being, oh God, I went down a path. In the palm of your hand. Here's a landing gear from my drone. It's been on my desk for a week now, maybe 2. It doesn't even fit in the palm of my hand. They're not going to kill us with this. They're going to kill us with the food that we're consuming. They're going to kill us with high fructose corn syrup. They're going to kill us with COVID. They're going to kill us with the next wave. They're going to kill us with the shit that's flying over our head. They're going to kill us with all these little satellites that they're putting out there that we don't know what the hell they're doing. Okay? I knew when I was in elementary school that there were satellites up there that could take a picture of a pack of cigarettes from out up in space. Outlaw, you probably know some of this. The technology that we know about is crazy. The technology that we don't know about is scary. I've seen where they plan on, is that maybe what you're talking about, Lance, reducing a project or Operation 2030? I may not be around. I'll be 70 years old and I just gave a vital piece of information away. Write it down. Write it down. You only need 3 things to own a person. Date of birth, last 4, and mother's maiden. That's it. You don't even need that anymore. Pay attention. Shit's not good right now. And I don't know what we can do about it, but it weighed heavy on my heart this past week. And maybe the fact that I can't, or that you all aren't hearing this stuff is probably a good thing. Okay. Yeah. And somebody said, I think maybe it was Candace that said, Charlie was the first casualty of World War III. That's really not true. We've been fighting World War III for a very long time, mostly in cyber. And most of y'all don't know about that. And I can tell you about the things that are occurring right now, the attacks that are happening this moment that you don't know about Bank of America or the different organizations that are currently being ransomwared that y'all have no idea about. Okay? Why do I know? Because that's my field, or it used to be. I don't want to do that stuff anymore because you end up knowing things that you don't want to know anymore. You just don't. You just don't. I can't stand to be bothered with. Mayor Wrench. Now, wait a minute. Where did I see you? Did I see you on... I saw you somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. It was, We Gotta Chase. Was it We Gotta Chase? I think. Maybe not. Maybe it was, I don't know. Yeah, Chase Bank. Oh. How do you know, Lise? Yeah, that's interesting. You know, it's like Rhonda has curved me a few times too with some of her knowledge. It's like, how do you know that? You know, it's always interesting to me when I consider lay people know things that supposedly cyber insiders know. You never know who a cyber insider is. We Gotta Chase. Yeah, I'll talk about them in a minute too. It's funny. I'll talk about them right now. There's a couple of guys, Credence and Mikey. Sorry, I'm trying to put my van on. on one foot. Credence and Mikey, I used to be members of theirs 6 years ago. I had to count how many jobs it was, maybe 7 years ago. And I think Credence said something that I just didn't like. And I was done. And it didn't really matter. It was time to move on. But I love a good car chase, as some of you all have seen on my channel before. And lo and behold, they came up on my timeline. Well, I'm like, oh, ain't this nothing? So I decided to, well, let's go out and take a look. And here comes Mikey. I like Mikey a lot. I do. He's a really funny guy. But their show really hasn't changed that much. And I've grown enough where, it's not infantile, but it's funny. It's not like Rogers level, but it's, they show things that have already occurred or a live chase. So I went back on and they remember me of all things. It was kind of fun to watch. I can't say that I'll hang out there for a while because I think I might be in a different place. Ivan, we don't talk about things until you need to know. You have no idea. I won't even talk about my security clearance. I won't talk about all the friends I have at No Such Agency. I had to explain to my son what No Such Agency was. If you know, you know. Look, guys, I guess it's probably time I play some music because I can't play, and I probably could figure out how to play. Oh, look, I got that shitty thing up there. Put myself back here. Anyway, I feel better now. It's off of my chest. It is, Tiff, I'm going to pray for you. I think that's the greatest power that I have right now. I tell Kevin every day that I pray for him. I do. I pray hard. I pray hard for all of us. I pray hard for us little folk because I'm so sick and tired of the fucking establishment. I really am. I'm sorry I'm using the words. I know some of y'all don't like it when I drop the letters. I get that. But all the things that I've queued up here, man, I don't have a dual citizenship anymore, but I'm half British, okay? And I don't think I'd go back to Bermuda because it's a little tiny rock, and if a wave comes, it's going to disappear. But I might have to run up to Canada. I don't know. It's just sad what's going on, man. It's just so sad that we just can't just take care of one another. I implore you to go look at okay, so I played that video for you. I told you about James Lee and how he goes through, oh yes, Melissa, we have to pray for all. And I don't care where you are. I don't care if you're in Canada or Australia. The world's going to shit, okay? And the worst thing that happened is we're in a war that's sorry, I really don't want to drop the F-bomb, but we're in a war that is it still cold up in Alaska? Here we have the hottest temperatures I've experienced in Texas in a long time. It was 106 here, I believe. I don't remember what day that was, Kevin. I told you it was 106. God bless, man. I mean, it was, now, don't get me wrong, because I like 106 because the pool is warm. I hate getting in a cold ass pool. I don't like it at all. All right, so what kind of exercise I'm going to get after that, I don't know. But 106, if you don't think that I believe that the government's doing that, with all the damn planes turning around and seeding the clouds, and no, y'all have a hard time convincing me that they're not. 92. I don't know where you were, but brother, all of it. Up in Canada, I have Kevin telling me, oh yeah, it's 70 something. I'm like, dude, you're in the pool and it's 70 degrees outside. How do you manage that? I guess. Smooth voices. It does me no good. Okay. Soothing voices. I don't know if my voice is soothing today at all. I don't know. I do have my microphone in the right measure. I do have my new camera. I spent a heated pool. I was going to, you know what? So during the winter, yeah. So first of all, that's how you do it. That's number one. During the winter, I heat mine for 24 hours, and maybe it's like 48 hours. but everybody gets in for 24 hours. And we call it the, what do you call it when you get in the pool and it's freezing cold outside? And I know you're supposed to get in a freezing cold water. I'm not doing that. But I get the idea. So okay, so the pool is 92. Okay, well your pool is 1 degree warmer than mine is, but mine was heated naturally via natural warmth. When I step outside, the first thing I do is blame the government. Yes, Lance, absolutely, because I'm telling you, man, they pick and choose. Look, I hate to say, I won't talk about those little girls. When we had so much rain that it caused a flooding of a campsite where kids are being swept away, I didn't believe in the seeding of clouds and all that shit. I do now. I'm sorry. I do now. Polar plunge. Thank you, Kevin. I love this community, man, because y'all just, it's like, yeah, I got brain farts for days. I do. But somebody will always come up with something. I listened to my last show. I've never listened to my show. And Katie, you came up with something. We said, you got it, man, or something like that. And I was flaming on Katie for one thing or another. And I still want my evil, what did I say? I wanted some kind of, ladybug, yeah. But she came up with the Olsen twins, and everybody contributes. Everybody remembers. That's why I want to put a voice so you guys can actually be heard. Now it's getting warm in here, right? But that's because I only have one computer on today. Which is like, one computer? Ivan, you pretentious asshole. Yeah, I know. I know. But, I've worked hard for what I have and how I got here. I had to, because I had a different life. I just did. Allie and I think of buying an indoor sauna for the winter. Come down to Texas. That's all you need. You want an indoor sauna? You just come down to Texas for like a half hour or so, and you'll have all the indoor. It'll be outdoor sauna. Okay. Yeah, I think that's important because there are a lot of toxins. And again, I will nail that out, man. Even I think some of the water that we drink. I know, and don't get on me about this water. I buy it because it's cheap. Okay, but this is that Smart Water alkaline 9.5. It's $11 for a case at Amazon. Anything else is cheap. It's more expensive. That's why I drink it. That's the only reason. And I have to have things that are portable to me. Shoving it. Not only that, but I'm also running an Amish air conditioner. Okay, if you don't know what an Amish air conditioner is, I'll show you. Here, I have one. Where's the camera? I have one of 9 bottles that were frozen solid with just water. I know I'm supposed to put ice in them, salt in them to make it a little bit harder to defrost. But the Amish believe you put a little bit of ice or frozen water bottles in and blow some air over it, and it brings the temperature down. Well, when you have a computer that's generating the amount of heat that mine does with 2 GPUs and all this other crap, I blow my air conditioner air over top of that because my air conditioner is like a portable deal. And it's literally an Amish air conditioner. I watch the Amish do their thing on YouTube. Whether it's the Amish or AI, I don't know, but it works. Okay, until the water's melted. But I got a whole other case in the back fridge. It also keeps the refrigerator from working as hard as it normally would. What's pissing me off is that the sound level was just off. It's off because I have not played with any of this stuff. I've got, the all kinds of stuff in here that I should have had set up before, and I just didn't have time to do because I'm working for a living once again. Not really working for a living, but I'm doing what I want to do for people that I care about. But I work hard at writing programs and coding with Claude. I pay a lot of money for Claude too, but I got a big check. Anyway, I digress. All right. I don't know about you. Girl poor as fuck. Validate it works. Yeah. Well, let me tell you, Lance. Let's see. My GPU right now say, yeah, I got one of those water cooled deals. Says it's 89 degrees. So that's the not the GPU, the CPU. I know I'm talking tech shit. Man, I got so much stuff to go over and I can't do it. I'm gonna try because the damn sound is working. Yeah, Melissa, thank you. The sound when I play a video, it's coming through my microphone and it shouldn't. You guys are so kind to me. It's crazy. You go, it's Porky's. Yeah, but you know what? That's cool. I don't need to be perfect. I don't. I don't mind just being real. And you come here, and if you think this is going to be the Baron Coleman show where it's perfect or whatever, no, it's just not. And his shows aren't perfect either. I'll never pick on Baron. I admire him. And he admitted today that he's seen some of my podcasts, which is kind of wild. I definitely know he's seen my studio. But beyond that, it's just all cool. And that's how I met Melissa. And that's how her podcast got more views than mine, or has more subscribers than mine. And I think that's funny as all get out. You guys are just going on. Porky's Porky's a restaurant. Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know. So my Porky's was it's a movie. Animal House? Yeah, Animal House. There was a Porky's. I guess it was a restaurant. If I'm catching that right. Anyway, but I just take it as Melissa's throwing hearts. I just take it as, and again, I love saying this word because I know it's wrong. Irregardless. English was beat into my head, y'all. It just was. And when I can screw it up, I love doing that. I just do. To me, it's fun. When you grow up the way I did and with the handicap that I had, certain things are really tough. They are. Anyway, nonetheless, I feel better. I don't know about y'all. I don't mean to come down on Porky's was a movie too. Yes. I'm thinking though of like, I'm almost sure it was Animal House. I think it was Animal House. If that was a movie. See, I can tell I'm definitely getting old. But at least I'm on the right screen here instead of, having some blank screen. It took me forever to figure out why I couldn't even change the size of the screen. I probably should not have done the upgrade to OBS, and I probably should just switch over to the other one that everybody else uses because it's just easy to use. I don't like giving up control over things. I'm not a control freak. To a degree. When I'm in my wife's car, she's going to drive. I'm in my car, I'm going to drive. 3 movies. I'm going to have to watch the other 2. Okay. I know one of them is Animal House. One of them is Porky's. I think Porky's was a movie. We got into this last time. Tiff, I'm still thinking about your kid. I just am. It's in my heart. Mayor, I'm glad you're hanging out with us. I know we have some other new people in here. I don't know how many people are here. I don't keep track of those things. I have wonderful mods here that do those things. Again, this is not for, I want the growth. Don't get me wrong. I watched Allie and she just grew she and Chris grew that their podcast from 0 to hero. And when you get called out on Candace multiple times and on Baron, yeah. Tiff, I've been there, done that. I don't let things like that go. I just don't. The world needs to do that for everyone. It just does. And I always feel like this is where I'm always going with my damn podcast. I always do. I'm looking at the clock because it's not midnight yet. So it's like, all right, well, what the hell? Let me see if I can get volume here. I'm going to go back to how I got volume on my microphone because it was a little toggle switch here. Well, you know what? See, this is what happens when you have too much stuff. So even my personal computer has all these other settings And honestly, I don't feel like dicking around with it. I should have done it earlier. I probably should have just sat down with either Lance or Kevin or somebody to make sure that it was all working properly. But it's more fun to have it this way, I think, because what you see is real and honest, and watch Ivan stumble through shit. You do. Yeah, I got Tucker over here, Tucker Carlson. He's just been producing some phenomenal things lately on the government, and I'll be very interested to see where he's going to go. I told you before, I left a comment on the other podcast, Lee, and somebody asked me, well, who are you going to vote for president? Or the primaries are coming up. Well, I don't know. I'll have to do the research, because anybody that's taking AIPAC money, you can go suck a left one. Okay? I'm done with that crap. I'm just so done with it. It's so, the entire regime in Texas is just full of just traitors, just full of it. I'm glad we're getting on to a lighter subject here. Animal House, yeah, John Belushi. They probably killed him too. I would not doubt. Just some of the paths that I've gone down lately, it's so bad. I remember the Blues Brothers. I bet you I have one of those albums up there. I think they only had one album that I recall. I think it had a black and white cover, and it had that car on the front with a great big horn on the roof. Yeah. Good old days. Life was so easy back in those days. But before we had, I hear my song. Before we had cell phone rings and clicks and likes and all those things, it was easy. You get home be home when the lights go on. That was it. And the mom relay was there. I'm probably not going to go through these things that I have here. But it was just so many different things, and I'll figure it out, and I'll pull them out. There was one here from some TV show. It was a bunch of firemen, and I know y'all would know this show, and I don't know it. I don't watch television, but it was one of these firemen who didn't donate. He gave money to this guy who came into a bar. He says, I need money for a suit. He has a job interview, and then all of his friends were busted on him. It's like, you'll never see that money again. He's probably just going to go buy drugs, this, that, or the other. And of course, the outcome. He comes back a few days later, and lo and behold, he's got a haircut and he's got a shave, and he looks halfway decent. And yeah, he got the job, and he pays the guy back. And sometimes that's just the way it should be. And you don't always get paid back in your terms. Sometimes you get paid back in others. And we have to wait for the good Lord to turn the switch that we needed turned eons ago. All right, I'm preaching again. Somebody told me not to drink soda. I haven't drank soda in over a week. You can pound sand. I miss soda. I do. I drink a lot of water now. Yeah, I'm good with that. I am. I never drank soda. Just saw that your short clip of that. I don't know of that what. Okay, maybe that's what I was talking about. Yeah, all these that I had here, at least were I know I'm looking here at that my vertical screen, and then the other screen is sitting way out here. And for those of you who don't know, I've got a really crazy ass studio. It's got a lot of monitors and stuff. So, and it goes all the way around the room from one side of the room to the other. It is what it is. I'm not going to preach. I'm not. Tiff, I have preached before. I just feel things in my heart sometimes. And this weekend, I was woken up. I was kicked in the ass by a lot of people. Alkaline water for me. Yeah, but you know what? They tell you what I've been told by my doctor daughter is that, and my tree hugger daughter, who I believe is 5 months pregnant now, praise God. They just bought a Tesla. So they put a picture of this Tesla up on our family chat, and I go, oh, well, that'll track you forever, and it will. It will. But yeah, so they tell me that the pH doesn't matter. it won't deter anything in your body. I don't really care. To me, it tastes good and it's cheap. Okay, so everything's an addiction. I can kill coffee. When I was in college, I smoked cigarettes. As an adult, a long time ago, I used to drink like a fish. Man, you give me a tequila. 1942, just get out the way. I'm going to have a good time, or a good scotch and a cigar. Those days are over. They are. I want to see a grandkid. I want to see a bunch of them. Pedialyte. I wonder how much sugar is in Pedialyte, or how much high fructose corn syrup are we feeding our kids from that age? They say coffee is good and it's a diuretic, but so here's what they have me doing first thing in the morning. My first intake is warm water with, what'd you put in there, Kevin, that you had to put a star? Say here, Rana. Mess with my, oh yeah. Well, I'll talk. I don't drink hot coffee. I like cold coffee. And I like cold coffee like right about now. And what happens is my wife will make coffee and then we'll put that in the refrigerator and I'll drink that at night. It doesn't make me go to sleep. I don't know why. It just doesn't. What was I just talking about? I was just going to say something I forgot. See, that's a sign of old age. Squirrel. Oh, I'm sorry. Beaver. And I downloaded everybody's music. Not downloaded, but I captured everybody's music. I could play it. I don't want to, have a DJ show. They tell me, Lance, that when you have a DJ show, people leave and they don't stay because they want to stay for the content. Anybody can go and listen to music at any time. Well, I know we have a couple of new people here, so I don't think the mayor would hang out if I'm just playing music. Tuesday will be 20 weeks smoke free. Right on. 30 years clean and sober. Let me tell you what got me off of booze completely. 110%. What's the blue pen? I can't remember the name of it, but everybody was using it to lose weight. My brain's totally fried now. Somebody come up with it. But my doctor had prescribed it for me eons ago, right? And I started utilizing that. I had lost the flavor of all alcohol, all of it. I don't even drink a beer now. Nothing. I do nothing. I do like coffee at night. I do like. I like sweet coffee, like with what's the, not saccharin, but the other one. It's a thing. I like to have sweets. And that's what got me here, like eating ice cream or eating a cookie. Oh, I love freaking cookies. And when you said cookies, I'm instantly thinking, well, I was writing this website and I have cookies in the website to steal everybody's data. Anyway, so guys, that's what I have. I don't want to give you a half-ass show. Oh, Zempic, thank you. You see, that's why I love this. That's why I love you. I love you all. Stevia, yeah, stevia that's got a little funny aftertaste. I like the blue. What's the blue? The blue pouch, or the yellow pouch. Those are my two. The purple one sucks. I can't stand that. But anyway, my doctor put me on Ozempic, and man, no booze. Done. Totally done, and have never gone. That's not true. I will have, like, for somebody's birthday, I'll have a glass of champagne or whatever, but that's it. Done. Yeah, coffee at night. I like it sweet though. That's the problem, and I can't do that anymore. And y'all have heard this joke before, and if you don't know me, you're gonna figure me out real quick. When we go to a restaurant, back in the day, when we go to NutraSweet, that's it. When we go to a restaurant, my wife will order her coffee black and strong. I would order my coffee light and sweet. Get it? Okay, whatever. It's stupid. First wife. I've been married twice, never divorced. Well, a lot of y'all already know why, so I've already said that one. Anyway, I guess that's all I really have. I still have a little bit left to do in the studio. I've got some soundproofing to put up. Not really soundproofing, but sound deadening. I haven't done a lot. The knees actually feel a little bit better because I'm doing all the exercises. I understand the muscle groups now, and that the thighs are the largest muscle group. And if you move those, and I understand the vitamin K and the vitamin D and all that other bullshit. I'm so tired of this. I just wish we would just get real food, and that wasn't grown on like a underwater farm, or I don't know, something. I like Splenda too. I got a bucket of Splenda sitting out in the kitchen right now, and supposedly that's okay. I was told by the doctors that I could drink soda if I wanted to, but I don't just drink a soda. If I'm drinking a soda, I'm drinking 6, and it's not just. So to me, a soda is we start off with a Fresca, and then we drop in a Dr. Pepper, and then we drop in a Diet Coke. Okay, and that's one soda, and that's in this Stanley. That's a soda, and I will polish that bad boy down, and I'm coming back for more. Sweet Low, that's the pink one, right? Now, never did like that one. Never did. I can't stand that emoji. Wrench. Do you all know each other? Everybody's just hugging up. If you get a chance, go check out those guys. They're funny. They can be a little just crazy. A lot of sound effects, a lot of stopping and going of videos. I love a good car chase. I do. I actually wanted to do what they did a long time ago. Just have videos of old car chases and just show them and make commentary. I forgot I had a scanner on. I'm hearing this noise go. But they do it very well. They've been doing it for a long time. And they used to have a whole bunch of characters on. But it is We Gotta Chase. So if you go take a look at We Gotta Chase, you find them out there. Equal, I think, is my favorite, Tiff. That's a sweetener that I like. To me, it just goes down easy. I don't need sugar or now. I love car chases too. What about honey? And I know it's and the other thing I can't eat that Canadian. Your Canadian. I'm trying to think of a good adjective here. Let's call it the Canadian. I don't know, the thing that you guys have that's the most of it. It's your syrup, right? I was just trying to think like the Canadian oil. Maybe I should call it that. It just give me a good pancake or a waffle. Ooh, good Lord, child. And then I started reading the ingredients on some of what we call here in the States syrup. Oh, no. Oh, no. Honey is not bad. It all depends on how. Well, I wonder how much you get. Maple syrup. Yeah, go look at a bottle of Aunt Jemima. Okay, that ain't maple syrup. Okay, or Log Cabin. It's high fructose corn syrup. You've got to buy Canadian maple syrup. You have to, and it ain't cheap. The Canadians are proud of their shit, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them. But again, I've got to watch my sugar. It is no fun pricking your damn finger. All right. And then having to shove it into a machine. I don't want somebody else getting that data. I don't. And it's Bluetooth too. No, get out of here. Get out of here. But sometimes that's inevitable. I just refuse to give it to the establishment. And they're going to take it. They are. I hope you all have enjoyed my soliloquy. And Jemima is fake. You're right. It's trash. But growing up, it was the bomb. It was absolutely that's all my mom had. Okay, and that was and it was in the shape of the woman and all that. And now you find out that that's racist. It's like, first of all, America needs to get over itself with that bullshit. Okay, but at the end of the, we all have to be able to laugh at ourselves and to know when a joke is a joke or it wasn't meant in such a manner. And even if it was, so what? Get over it. It's not that big of a deal. I actually met, and if you guys remember, Uncle Ben's. Remember the Rice Uncle Ben's? I was on a train to Washington, D.C. from New York. and with my mom, ended up meeting him. I picked my. Do you? You know what, Kevin? I have just started that, and I got another doctor. He wants to just put a thing on the back of my arm. I go, yeah, you guys should see it, and just leave it there, and then you tap your phone there, and I guess that's what it's going to be about, so I can track what I eat and figure out what's good or what's bad. Yeah. I can be honest about that. I didn't want to do it because I see a lot of my dad, and my father was an alcoholic. Okay, he was a very smart man, but he was a captain of a ship. When he was working, but when he wasn't, he was a drunk. Okay, and I picked him up one time from a police station after he wrapped his car around a tree, and I'll never forget that. I just won't. He's no longer here. Neither one of my parents are, but certain things like that will just stick with you. And I never wanted to be like that, right? I don't mind the level of intelligence, but not the level of sobriety. I would rather, and I won't call myself a control freak, but call it what you want. There she is. You're late. What are you doing, Half Pint? Good to see you. You missed the whole thing. You're going to have to start all over. There was a lot of confessions in here. There was a lot of come to church meetings. There would have been a lot more if I had all of my sound working. And I know a lot of the guys want me, or a lot of the folks, a lot of the people, a lot of the participants would like for me to continue on with that. I'm not. I don't believe in doing half-ass. Even though most of my podcasts are half-ass, but they've gotten better. I think repetition takes time. But good to see you, Half Pint. Good to see you. I know you got your hair trimmed. How about that? I'm watching you. It's funny the things that people can glean and remember, right? And they just kind of come out of nowhere. Kevin, I'm going to send you a link. I was going to play it on here. It is about a treatment in a different country. Hell if I know. I don't know, but I sometimes kind of wonder. I went through that fight with my mom, and I remember how many times I drove down to MD Anderson and went through the battle with her. And that's one of the best hospitals here in the States for cancer. And fortunately, it's in Houston. Is it Houston? Or so it's in Texas. But we all have to continue to fight, and we all have to continue to fight for the right things and for each other. I always said, just put an IV in my arm. It all depends on what's in the IV. There could be some good stuff in there. I don't know. Last time, it's funny that you say that. Who was that? Well, no, Kevin. It's funny that you say that. Yes, whatever, Kevin. Rhonda would know. Rhonda's caught me a couple of times. What was I going to say? The IV in the arm. Crap, now I forget. Oh, you're going to mess me up. You're going to blame it on somebody else. I don't remember. Nothing like having a great memory, like a sieve. Anyway, I'm drinking water, by the way, guys. I used to have water flavoring that was like iced tea flavor. That was my favorite. Be careful driving in Texas. I spent the night in jail. I tried to have a DUI. I was sober. The judge dropped it. But yeah, I got a vehicle that kind of stands out. And I didn't tell you on my license plate, but it's only 3 characters. And it's actually only 2 characters. 2 of them are the same. It's my shirt size. Well, it used to be my shirt size. It's not my shirt size anymore, but it will be eventually. And I piss a lot of people off the way I drive, so I'm waiting for another ticket. Texas is nothing to mess with. It all depends on where you are. There are a lot of folks in Texas that are just mean and evil. There are a lot of nice people out here. There really are. It all depends. I like the area that I live in. I don't live too far from where they just blew up EDS. I don't know if you saw that on the news. I worked in that building for a few days. They had a beautiful control center for the network that Ross Perot built back in the day. That was just gorgeous. And then they blew it up, man. AT&T's moving in, which is all well and good. And that's fine. I'm sure my little town here of Plano, Texas, is just giving them a discount and a half for moving in here. We've got Toyota here. We've got Frito-Lay. We have JCPenney's, but I think JCPenney's is like just barely holding on now. All kinds of crap. The Toyota headquarters is just gorgeous, and they're right in the same area. Like just down the street. And one of these days, I want to go back in the vehicle, guys, and we're going to drive around again. I kind of enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. Oh, you have a lifted truck with 30-inch tires? Oh, dude, I'm in. I told the story before. I had an Isuzu Amigo. I need to find some pictures of that. It had 33-inch BFGs on there. It had a 4-cylinder. It could barely get out of its own way, but it looked gorgeous. Gorgeous. It was just all slicked out. It had lights everywhere. Oh, that was my favorite thing. Love that night with having. Yeah, you know what? Half Pint, that was a lot of fun. I couldn't see the screen, and who there? Yeah. Oh, really? You were in the Air Force? Nice. Oh, thank you for your service. I like Plano. When I first moved here, it was a great place to raise kids. Telecommunication corridor of the world. Blah blah blah. It was very nice. Now, I can't afford to live in the. I mean, I can. I'm paying my mortgage and all, but I couldn't buy this house. I couldn't afford to buy it. I just couldn't. It's just the prices here is just stupid. And they're going to get worse. When Toyota moved in, and now you've got AT&T's headquarters being built, and Jerry's World is right there. But we will do another drive, y'all. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. I have to tell my wife what I'm doing ahead of time so she doesn't freak out. And I have to get my pads and equipment all ready to go. I'm probably going to get a scanner too. I guess all my scanners are mobile, but they're not really built that way. So we'll see. It was just fun just to drive around. And there's so much more we can see. We can go downtown to Dallas, or, I can show you the other side of east side of Plano. There's a lot to see here, but it's instead of me just sitting behind this damn mic and looking at blue lights and this black guy with no curls in his hair because I didn't put the gel in. Yeah, it's just kind of fun. I've got tons of toys that I want to start utilizing. I've got 360 camera I've never used before, and I don't know. Got some pads over there. I love technology. You guys know that. So anyway, I got about another half hour left of this, and I don't think I'm going to plow through all of that. Who else has got anything going on? Okay, I want to make sure everybody's going to be praying for those who need it. Tiff, you are on my list. Kevin, you know you've been on my list for a while. We all have to take care of one another. I know I've said this 500,000 times, and nobody wants to hear this shit again. Well, too bad. To me, it's important. It really is. When you realize that you can't do the things that you want to do in the worst way, it's an eye-opener to the nth degree. And, if that's a little thing that I can do, it ain't nothing, And I think we all need to have that up here, I think that matters, Kevin. That's a great line. Thank you. That's why I want to get a chat that speaks. A Half Pint. I know you sent me that link. I'm enough of a nerd that I don't like my data leaving me or my surround. So I'll either develop an app that can do it myself, or find an app that is TSR, terminal set ready. If anybody knows what that means, it means it's here. It's not going out to the web. It's nobody else's business what I'm doing. Okay. And I know, Google is seeing all of this, Ivan. Yeah, I get that, but the less I put out there, and that's just kind of how I feel. But Kevin, that was just spot on. We all need to stop and take time and just, there are so many others. My mother has a friend. It's my aunt Sil. I have a lot of aunts. I had a lot of aunts and uncles growing up, but they weren't family. But they are family, but they weren't blood. And she's the last one of that group. Her husband's passed. All of her friends have passed. And she will call me for every kid's birthday, every anniversary. And she sees a storm coming through. Texas is a big freaking state. Kevin's like, hey, have you get hit with this? It's like, yeah, dude, we didn't even get rain, and she'll do the same thing. It's just, this freaking state is so big, or she'll hear something and she'll go, but you know what? I need to call her every now and then just to check in on her. And it's one of the things. And I told you guys before, I've got some kids that were from some of my friends who are no longer here that I check in on, that I've not raised, but there's one kid. He's a good kid too. His dad died years and years and years ago, and he was a really good friend of mine. Called him Mighty Whitey. His name was Kevin. He was like 6'7", loved black women, and he drove this Honda CRX, and he could pull in the most pretty black girl, and that's where he got the nickname. And that's one of my computers is named after him. And for some reason, his kid just decided to latch on to me, and I tell him stories about his dad, and they're not always complimentary stories too, but we were young and we were chasing tail and we had a good time. Sorry guys. And, I am who I am. So, but I think he appreciated that, and it's just part of the deal. So, that's another stupid ass story from Ivan. But yeah, we all need to pray. We all need to pray for one another. And Half Pint, everybody needs to be on the list. We do. There are certain battles that we're all fighting that we may not know. I hated to drop all that shit in front of you guys, but sometimes it's best just to be honest and tell the truth. And I know that at least you knew, and I know Kevin and Rhonda, I call Lady Rhonda, knew as well. But I wanted my crew, y'all to know. It's easier that way. It's life. It's not always fair, but we can be there for one another, and we have to be. And that's one of the things I've learned from Roger. And I know that I saw Elise made a comment on some page that, by the way, Elise, I saw your comment on my car. My car is called Triple Black, and she says, no, it's Quad Black, Ivan. It's like, whatever. Okay. That's the kind of thing that I love. I love when somebody just throws it right back at you. That was awesome. But Roger, if you've never gone out to Roger's site, yeah, I'm glad to see you too. If you've never gone out to Roger's channel, go check out my boy. He's just a great man. Yeah, it is sad losing someone so close. I've lost my first wife, both of my parents. Yeah, I'm not going down that path. Look, guys, it has been fun. I will do this more often, I promise. I know I said that last time. But I also don't want to be a ball hog. Lance has got a great show. Lance, I got to find your channel again if you're still on here. His dear wife. I love just watching people perform. Look, if y'all aren't following Melissa and just winging it, it's crazy. She has gone from, her room is still echoey, but she's got an intro now that kicks my ass. She's got people on there that are just loving her stuff. And Baron tells us all we need to get out there with a microphone and or just a or just a phone. It's just, it doesn't matter. Get out there. Outlaw, you got get that vehicle out there and start doing your deal. Mayor, you too. Let's go find some chases. It's just time is short. Time is very short. And we all have to realize that and move on. Kevin, I always see you on just about every channel that I go to. Kevin's always out there. I know you got AXN will be on. It's only 9:00 their time. He'll be out there, and a lot of times I won't make comment. I'll just hang out. I saw that. Who's the guy? He used to make comment all the time on Rogers' chat. See, this is what happens when you get old. You forget shit. You forget stuff. It'll come to me as soon as we get off the chat. But there's a lot of people that kind of come and go and just do those things. Yeah, Kevin knows. Monterey used to be out there chatting up all the time, and I gave out some memberships on one of Rogers' channels. And I saw Monterey got one. It's like, oh, look who's there. But he's doing what I do. He just sits there in the background and just watches. A lot of times we won't see anything with Roger, that's of value. But Roger doesn't understand that just driving around is a thing for us, or just to be able to say hi, or just to hang out. I feel that way with a lot of the channels that I watch. Now, sitting in a parking lot all night long, no, not so much. Not so much. So, half pint, get them to move out of that damn parking lot. Just saying. But you guys are a blessing to me. You are. Kind of like what Melissa says. It's a vent for me to get it out there. And yeah, I said before, I'm not going to talk about Charlie. I did show that drone earlier. I wanted to put that out there because I honestly think with Charlie, I think it has a lot to do with that necklace of his that his little bitch of a wife has or took, and all the people that were in behind it. Israel killed that man. Trump knew about it, and the Fed's covering it all up. And we all know. So, yeah, he doesn't listen to you. That's all right. He'll figure it out. It's okay. He doesn't have to. We all figure it out at our own time. Melissa, you don't have to thank me. I would always like to be on. I was the one who pushed you over the cliff. Honey, you do great work. You do. And it's like, Lisa, I need to know what your new Beaver channel is, because your stuff is just hilarious. I even downloaded that it's not a rap song. It's like a country rap song. It just comes in strong. Everybody has so much talent, and if you choose to release it and let it go, you'll be surprised. I'm surprised. I never would have thought that I would written songs for anything. I'm writing a song right now for AXN, and it's taken me over a month so far. I haven't gotten it all down. I'm trying. But Melissa, I love your intros now. They're just badass. And God forbid you ever get behind an editor and put some soundproofing in that room. You're going to be dangerous. You just are. And you laugh at yourself. And I think that's what it's about. You're real. You don't have to be an attorney to have great content. You just don't. You just have to have something of value to say, or just something to say at all. I've listened to some Creed Fisher. Okay. I don't know who that is, but I will take that up. Probably not Outlaw, but you'll have to remind me. I will try to remember. I'll remember Creed and Fisher from Fisher Body Works. So that I will. Lisa, you have Bad Beavers 1 with an ampersand in the front, or Bad Beavers. Okay. So if you guys haven't gone out there, Melissa is just winging it. Lise is at Bad Beavers 1. I know Kevin is cooking with Kevin. I haven't seen him put out anything lately. He's probably just putting out pool videos, because I see a lot of those he sends me for inspiration. The beaver videos are just crazy. And then some of the stuff that Melissa comes up with her top 10 list or her top 5 list. It's like, oh my gosh. It's like, where do you come up with this stuff? It's greatness. I just love seeing it. I just do. I like seeing the little guys win. It's always my thing. Old school songs. Oh, right on. Right on. Oh, I'm all about that. Man, I span from Charlie Daniels or Outlaws or Motley Crue all the way through Earth, Wind and Fire and you name it. I just don't go acid rock. That's my only gimme. I can't go that hard. But I love that stuff. We do shorts right now. Okay, right on. Okay. Not a shorts fan. But it's funny tonight, all the things, and I will get the sound working, guys. I will. Just work has been crazy. I don't believe I just said that. But it has. And I refuse to be mediocre. So there you go. At bad just saying at bad beavers. Kevin sent me a video of a news broadcast, and they were talking about beavers, and I'll have to put that up on the next show. If not, yeah, death metal or no, no, out. I can get real close, but no. I can go to Jeff Beck or no, but I beyond the no. Your sound has been perfect tonight, Ivan. Thank you. That's not what it says, but your sound has been perfect tonight. Thank you. I appreciate that. The sound for my videos is out, and it's a setting for OBS, and I probably need to just get the stick out of my ass and get off of OBS. I just don't like sharing my shit with another company. I know everybody else is doing it, but not a fan. Just not. Sent Lisa a link on her. Oh, okay, on her community page. Yeah, and I guess that's a good way for us to communicate as well. Community pages. Yeah, and there's so many ways. But you guys are godsend to me. Thank y'all. Thank you for putting up with my bullshit. Bullshit. And Nissy had a little kid on that was saying that on one of her videos. It was a kid was still in a car seat, and he was in the back of a car, and his mom was taking a picture of him, and he was just saying bullshit. It was just so funny. I captured that. I've got so much stuff everywhere. That's the problem of having great big hard drives, and which is just stupidly priced right now, if anybody knows. Anyway, Lisa refused to do anything. I can't help it sometimes. Yeah, you guys are awesome. All right, we got 15 more minutes. I'm going to do what Roger does. All right, we're going to start with the goodbyes. Roger, if you're sitting out there, I love you, brother. Thank you very much. Kevin, you already know, and I don't need to say anything. Half Pint, yeah, you too. You already know. And a lot of times when you don't think I'm watching, I'm watching. Prayers for you and everybody that's going through some stuff. Tiffy, and probably hate that name. So Tiff, always. I have 2 subscribers on my channel. Oh, well, that's going to end tonight. So you'll have 3. I guarantee it. I like to subscribe to people's channels. Sometimes it almost feels like you're like, I don't know. I don't want to be a person just like looking over somebody's shoulder or a stalker, but I love watching people start from the beginning or just start small. It's everybody's got to start somewhere, right? I'm blessed to be able to go out and get equipment and play with what I call toys, and you should see all the stuff that I move around, all the little blinking lights that I have. I know now why my back camera didn't work, because USB has, let me drop a little cyber knowledge why I can. Let's do that. That's the one thing I haven't done. And we've talked about a lot of these other things. I had even one with a cop like pull the guy over, but we'll go through. Here's one, and we're going to go over to this page here. Can I make this large? Kinda. That looks, because all these were shorts. Shorts don't play well. My screens are 65 inches. I'm compensating for something. Here's the deal. And I didn't know this. I'm not going to play the video, but did you know that the different colors of USB connections mean different things? I bet you Rhonda knew this. I don't know why, but I'm betting Rhonda knew this. I didn't. I should have known. But the white is the old standard. The blue is a higher speed. I'm not so sure. And I think I forget. But the colors all mean something. But there are two colors here that were meant. Let me see if I can play this. Oh, look, it won't even play.
Did you know that the color of a USB port is commonly an indicator of both its speed and features? White is for USB 1, which was introduced over 30 years ago, enabling hot plug, as well as the ability to connect a wide variety of different devices to one simple port. But it was pretty slow. And that's where black came in. That's USB 2, which can do up to 480 megabit per second, perfect for your low-speed peripherals or your old MP3 player. Not great for high-resolution video. And that's where the world turns to color, with blue USB 3 5 gigabit per second ports. Moving on to teal, these are often accompanied by
Oh, really? You suck. I don't even.
10 next to the port. That indicates, you guessed it, 10 gigabits per second. Red or yellow often indicate a port that still provides power even when your device is asleep for convenient charging. And as for green and purple, that's just manufacturer breaking the rules. Did you know that the color of a USB port is common
Shut up.
both its speed and features? White is for USB 1, which was introduced over 30 years ago, enabling
Well,
hot
see,
plug,
I
as well
knew-
as the ability to connect a wide variety of different devices to one simple port. But it was pretty slow. And that's where black came in. That's USB 2, which can do up
Now,
to
I killed this,
480 megabit per second,
and it's still going.
peripherals or your
So I know why it's going, because I got so many browsers open right now, and I shouldn't. That's a major no-no. But so there's your cyber bit for the night. I always try to give you guys something cyber wise. I think the most important thing I can tell him is what, Kevin? He's feverishly typing, "Don't click on shit," and don't. And if anything uses Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, delete it. No, but look, once you connect to it, then make sure it doesn't constantly go out there and say, "Hey, are you there? Are you there? Are you there?" Because that's a way to compromise your phone. It is. So, look at that. Outlaw's already dropping facts. Guys, it's been okay, here's Kevin. He's like, Kevin was like, "Ivan, can I send you a voice message? This is way too long for me to type it out." And I'm like, dude, I'm configuring shit. I can't even figure out where my microphone is. So, Kevin, I love you to death. I love this entire little community that I have. Thank y'all. It's been a pleasure. And I'm 10 minutes away, which is close enough for Ivan. There's some of us that should have been in bed a long time ago. There's some of us that are just going to hang out and watch AXN as he comes up. Melissa, keep making videos. Who said that they only have 3? Tiffany, I'm about to find your page, and you are about to have 3 people watching over you. So hang in there. Know that all things will come in time, and it's not your time, it's God's time. Not everybody believes. I'm gonna put this out there. I'm not a believer. Well, I'm a believer. God knows I am absolutely a believer. Church, I got a feeling that the good Lord is going to be out there with all the bad people, and not necessarily in a religious institution that's going to try pull money from you. I don't know. I might be wrong. I might be way wrong. My bad. Just my thought. Okay, that's my bit. All right, so putting that out there. Yes, Kevin McDonald. Everybody have a great evening. Be careful out there. Put your head on a swivel. Don't put up with this government. But there she is. I knew she was out there. The one and only Texas Angel. Texas Angel, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Wonderful to see you. I hope everything's going well with you. I told my story. If you didn't catch it, or if you were just sitting in the background, you could always replay this, because it's real. And I know you've gone through some real things in your life as well, and probably still are. Guys, walking around the block, appreciate it. Okay, as I'm gonna get there sooner or later. I will. I guarantee you that. Tiff, you hang in there. It will happen in his time. I guarantee that. I pray for all. Thank you all so much for being here. Keep me company. Putting a smile on my face. I do appreciate it. I gotta remember where the camera is. I gotta figure out where to put this camera. That's all I have. Be careful what you click on. And as Angel would always say, let your light shine. Let it shine. There are other people out there that need to see it too, right? You do what you can do the best way you can. Sometimes it's just a helping hand. Sometimes it's a buck or two. I think that's one of the lyrics of my song. Be good. And you guys are already good, so I ain't worried about that. So I will catch you all soon. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll go for a ride tomorrow. I don't know. You know I don't put out things in advance. I just don't. I'm too dumb to do that. Here's what it is. I like to do things spontaneously. And Outlaw, stay out of jail. Thank you, guys. I got 6 minutes that I'm not going to be able to pull off. Remember, KDJ has a great website as well. Lise website has a great YouTube channel. Lise, you've got a banger up there as well. We all know about the Beavers. Everybody else continue to put out content. Outlaw, are you in Texas? See, there's a delay here. I'm gonna make a voice app. I'm gonna make a voice app anyway. It's impossible. Everybody, y'all have a great evening. God bless you all. Yes, absolutely, Melissa. Keep making content, and I will leave you with keep looking up because that's where it all is. You guys are awesome. We'll catch you on the next one. If you don't see me during the week, we'll damn sure do it again on Friday. If you don't see me on Friday, call Kevin and he'll kick me in my butt because he always does. He keeps me on the straight, on the up and up. I thank y'all. Look at that. I'm not even full screen. Let me get full screen so I can say goodbye. There we go. I thank y'all. Peace.